Today we will discuss about utility server installation on top of AVP. I am logging to the utility server. I am logging to the AVP. I just installed the AVP. I am just logging first time. Admin. And first time it will ask the end user license agreement to accept. Press the space button. Just check until it is coming 100%. Then press Y. So here it's showing like enable EASG. That means if you are enable this, if you forgot the password for the admin account or root account, the Avaya will log into your system and reset the password. If you disable it, they can't able to log in. For example, I'm just disabling. 2 is 2 disabled. So if I forgot the password, I'm just create a duplicate section. Admin to log into AVP and I am giving the wrong password. I can't able to enable because I forgot the password after installations. If you are not enable this EASG, means they can't able to reset the password. Okay, so it's recommended. See this mentioned. It is recommended to enable the EASG. How can I check the status if the system is already logged in? For example, I'm just duplicate the section and admin y823. So I want to know whether EASG enabled or not here. EASG status. Yes, TATUS. EASG, yes. See, it is disabled. So to enable, because this is after installation, so now I want to enable this EASG, means command is EASG manage, MANAGE, manage space enable EASG. It's asking continue, type YES, not only Y here. Okay, so it is enabled. Now you check the status EASG yes TUS. It is enabled. Now I want to disable, means command is EASG MANAGE manage space EASG disable EASG. Let me check EASG yes EASG yes TUS. It is enabled. So disables command is, let me, I have the file, let me go. So this is the command for disable ESG. Maybe spelling mistake I did. So right click enable. So it's asking to disable. Yes, it is disabled. So if I'm checking the status, so enable or disable, we can do it after installation also. So but it is recommended always you should be enable. Okay, so now I log into the AVP. First I want to know what is the version of this AVP. Okay, so this is the command to get the versions of AVP. Okay, so it's showing 8.1. So the AVP installed is 8.1. I want to know what is the VMware, because everyone we know that this is the customized EXIS version. So this is the command to get the ESSI version. It is telling 6.5. So the difference between 8 and 8.1 is 8 is AVP 8 is running on 6.0 update 3, 8.1 is running on 6.5 update 2. Total big difference. 6.0 is AVP, say 6.0 is AVP 8, 6.5 is the AVP 8.1 on the VMware part of view. Okay, it's a 6.5 VMware EA6 side. Now I'm just using the SDM client. Double click it. SDM client is the tool which is used to log into the AVP. So I'm just going to the application management. SDM is a tool, so I can log into, if I'm having the 5 AVP in my organization, I can log into 5 AVP. It's a tool to log into the AVP. So it is installed on the Windows machine. So my AVP new server IP address is 170. Okay, first time I install, right? So I need to add on the SDM to in order to log in. So first go to here, go to the locations. Let me delete the old entries, no need that one. Okay, it should be like this only. So first go to the application management, location, add a new location. So I'm just going to add a new location like India. Okay, and save it. And in the applications, I need to add the new application. What is the new application? Application is the appliance virtualization platform. No, not this. 1 minute. Just go to this location. Click the once you create the locations here, India, then click the India tab. Okay, India folder. You will get the platforms. Here you add the AVP platform. So I'm just adding AVP 81, the name which I given. So here 192.168.1.170 is my IP address. Username is admin. Password is VoIP@123. Platform is EXSI. See, this is the username and password IP address of the AVP. Right? So I'm just going to log into this AVP server. So I am just adding that AVP server username and password as sub certificate. Just wait. So it's showing now, it's good, it's all completed, valid. Okay, so here this is your AVP. What you added, it just pull the report from there, and it is telling the FQDN name, and it is running on grace period, express on after 30 days. Okay, then offer type AP enabled, SS is enabled, not certificate. Okay, so now you log into the AVP. The first initial step is you need to install, after AVP it is mandatory, you need to install the utility server. Okay, so let me start installing in the utility server. So go to this is the platform, that is AVP platform, and click these applications, add a new OVA, that is either CM, utility server, SMGR. So all the OS need to be added on the applications. Platform is nothing but AVP, that is the virtualization platform, that is the hardware with the virtualization OS. Application is running on top of the platforms. Click new, select the platform which is your server AVP 81. Okay, this is the platform I am going to install. It's showing like I have a 923 GB. This is the memory which I am having. Click next. Local path. So I need to give the URL path where the OVA is located. So let me go for my OVA. Where is my utility server? This is the utility server. So just copy this path, slash, exactly you need to give the, this is the path you copied plus the file name, what you are going to install. Rename, control C, just submit. So now it will try to get that utility servers. So like that you need to copy either CM, also you need to give the path here. If you want to install CM, you just give the CM OVA, SMG or SMGR OVA. Once you submit, it will show okay, it's having all the, see, for install the utility server I need the 20 GB and I need one CPU. Okay, so this server is having more than 921 GB, so it is taking 20 GB. So we can easily install on this server. So that's why it's telling all the tick mark. What are the resources I require? All is available in this server. So click the next. And now it is asking the application name. That means AUT, utility server. And I am just going to give the host name. Let me give just give utility utility. Host name also I'm just giving utility utility host name. IP address 192.168.1 sorry 192.168.1.1. what's the AVP IP is 170. Okay, let me give 171. Okay, public default gateway 192.168.1.1. no IP, no out of band management. This is network time protocols, no. PTC, no. Primary system manager IP, because system manager is mandatory. Okay, so let me give 192.168.1. Right now I not having the system manager, right? Because as per Avaya recommendation, first you need to install the AVP. On top of it, you need to install utility server. Then what are the SMGR you need to do? So I know I'm just going to keep this is the IP address for my SMGR. So I'm just simply giving right now, and I'm just giving the VoIP at the rate 123. It's just during the installation time. Okay, you can't skip this one. That's why we are giving. Even it is dummy only right now. Okay, and 192.168.1.150 our AVP is 170. 192.168.1.170. Okay, it's done. So now there is 3 modes: standard mode, hardened mode, DOD. 3 modes are available. Okay, we will discuss about this more later. Let me start the installation. Admin user password I'm going to give VoIP at the rate 123, VoIP at the rate 123. So out of management I just made this disable. End user SL, so I need to press it's 1. Enable customer, yes, I need to enable the root account also. Accept, and password for root VoIP at the rate 123. So these are the information I need to give. Okay, done. Just deploy. Accept. So the deploying status you can see on the status details. So the deployment is completed. Searching success, more action. Okay, so UT is installed at the IP address of 171. So installation is complete. So let me log into the AVP. IP address is 192.168.1.171. So I am logging as admin, which I given the username during installation and the password wipe@123. It's logged in successfully. So to log into the root account, because we enable the root during the deployment of OVA, command is su minus root and the password I kept is wipe@123. So the root credentials also working fine. So let me talk about what is the function of utility server, why we are installing. So this is the document AVP Utilities Administration. So I'm just opening the document. So let me quick go through on this. So what is the use of utility server? Okay, see, these documents provide the managing the features of the AVP. Okay, it's including alarming, logs, dual stack support, service port, SSH, out of band management. So we'll talk about all these things. So who's the primary audience? So field technician. Why the field technician or technical support is coming in the picture? Because this utility server going to act as a service port. So that's why any field technician or implementation engineer or technical support representatives, so all should be aware about what is the need of utility server. Okay, and Avaya recommended this is the first OVA on top of AVP Unity install. So we are in the release 2 of this document. Okay, so let me talk about AVP alarming and log collections. So the service availability agent that runs on AVP Utilities. That means when you are installing the Utilities OVA, okay, it is having the serviceability agent run on the Utilities OVA, generates the AVP SNMP alarm message. So the alarm message can be sent to the system manager or NMS depending upon the configuration. That means you are having the AVP is running on the hardware Dell HP PowerEdge R610 or 620. So you take the R620 server and you install the AVP, and if the AVP having any alarms, how it will send? So if you install the utility server will grab the logs or alarming part of the AVP OS and will generate and will send these alarms to either system manager or network management tool like a monitoring tool. Okay, so you can be configured via system manager web console or AVP Utilities CLI. So just go theoretically. So that means to get the alarming of AVP you need the utility server. Okay, and this is then next topic is Linux kernel configuration. So of course everyone know the utility server is what are the Avaya OS running on top of Red Hat Linux, right? So the AVP also one of the OS that is nothing but Red Hat Linux. Okay, so Red Hat Linux having hardened the OS in order to like someone should not like in order to the vulnerabilities. Okay, so in case this may be perform the AVP, because why we are using AVP Utilities is using for service port or some other process. If you want to disable that one, okay, you can disable this kernel. Okay, this is used for the vulnerabilities, no one can attack. Okay, it's both supporting IP version and IPC, but it is mandatory. You need to during installation you need to give IP version 4. So service port access for the virtual machine. This is the primary functions of utility server. AVP Utilities supports the service port access to the host and any virtual machine residing on top of the host. That means you are having the AVP on the top of AVP. See, you are having the AVP. Okay, on the top of AVP, if you are installing CM, SMG or SM, okay, you it acts as a service port for those VMs. For those VMs, this AVP act as a service port. Okay, service port. So I can control any virtual machine residing on top of the host. So they are talking about this top of the host. This is the host. On top of the host, any virtual machine is running, I can log in via utility server service port. Okay, IP forwarding must be enabled to access these virtual machines. So IP forward should be enabled. If you are disabled, you can't log in. You can't log into the this EM. So how the utility is going to help to log into these VMs? This means already we discussed one of the screen. 1 minute. So here I'm just giving one example. See, this is the utility server, right? So this is the server. You install the AVP. When you install the AVP, the second port automatically will assign to the IP address 192.168.13.6. That is the service port of AVP, because this OS will make this second Ethernet port to this IP address. So if anything on the AVP, some problem on the AVP, so I can use this IP address as a backdoor. So that means I can connect to my laptop and I can assign this IP address and I log into the AVP instead of using this AVP. This is connected to the customer network. This is for the service technician. So on top of it, I am installing CM or SMGR or whatever the OVS, right? If I am installing the top of that, I can't access this virtual machines with the help of service port. This service port will give access to only to the AVP OS, not to the other top of the OS which is running on the top of AVP. So that's why we are installing the utility server. When you are installing the utility server, the Ethernet port going to get one more IP address. Okay, so now see, it is 68, it is 11. So one, you are getting the one more IP address, and I am connecting my laptop and I am going to keep this IP address like this on my laptop. Then I can connect all the VMs which is running on top of AVP. That's is we are telling it acts as a service port of the virtual machine and running on the top of the host. See here, I am just trying to give the same scenario. See here, this is the server, right? Either HP or Dell server, or 620 or 680, okay, whatever, G8, G9. So if I am in the backup server, you are having the 4 Ethernet ports. Okay, if you are installing the AVP, the first Ethernet, the IP address of AVP which you are giving on the kickstart file generator, it will assign to the first Ethernet port which you are going to connect to the LAN. Okay, and at the same time, one more IP address will assign to the second Ethernet port, that is 192.168.13.6. This is act as a service port to log into this AVP as a backdoor. Okay, then if you are installing AVP, it's a utility server OV on top of AVP, one more IP address will assign, that is 192.11.13.6. See, it acts as a service port to access the OS running on top of AVP. Okay, so it is having 4 Ethernet ports. Okay, one is for the customer LAN, which is the AVP IP address, and another is act as a service port. Okay, if you are installing the CM like 171 is the IP address, this IP address also will talk via customer LAN. If I am installing SMGR like 172, that IP address also talk via customer LAN. All the OS which is running on top of it, all will talk about with the customer LAN only. This is act as a service port, is a backdoor for the technician. Okay, so that's why, see, if I want to log into the AVP, I need to connect my laptop and I need to keep this IP address. If I need to log into the CM or SMGR, then I need to connect to the same port, but I need to keep the IP address in this range. Okay, clear? So The third port is used for out of band management. We'll talk about what is the need of out of band management. And fourth port is used to the duplex or NIC teaming. If you are having the communication manager active standby, you need to use this fourth port to be connected to the another server fourth port or for NIC teaming. We'll call as this is ether 0, ether 1, ether 2, ether 3 in Avaya. So they are clearly telling it should be enable the IP forwarding. Okay, IP forward must be enabled to access the virtual machine. So let me log into my UT, and this is the command to check the IP forwarding is enabled or not. See, it is disabled. IP underscore forward to status. Okay, so to enable, this is the command IP forward enable. Copy. Okay, it is enabled. Let me check the status. So it should be always enabled. So in order to disable, you can disable, but it is not recommended. Okay, don't disable, because the main part of UT is what? To act as a service part of the VMs, right? Like a CM or SMGR as a service port. So it should be always enabled. See, you can connect the laptop to the service port of the server of AVP or the AVP host to gain the access of the application. If out of management is enabled, AVP will split the management and user traffic. What do you mean by out of band management? Let me talk about what's the need of out of band management. So out of band management is nothing but it is going to use only the management traffic. So the management traffic only pass through this Ethernet port. For I am giving this simple examples. Okay, so the CM is installed here. The CM IP address is 171. So the 171 is it is going to speak via this Ethernet port, this 171, right? This is the first Ethernet port. So when it is connected to the LAN, so the CM or SMGR or whatever thing, it is going to speak with the Ether 0, the first Ethernet LAN, first Ethernet port. So my phone is connected to this LAN, which is going to register with the CM. So if this port is down, the phone won't get registered, right? So this is for customer LAN. So this is the traffic which is used for the customers. In case, for I am having my computer and I am using the Avaya site administrator to log into the CM and adding some comments, what are the alarms, whatever the parts, I am using the same Ethernet port to access to the CM. Okay, so instead of why we need to the picture here is for management also we are using the same Ethernet port. For signaling purpose or registration purpose also we are using this same Ethernet port. So they came with the new concept like out of band management. That means don't use this port to log into the communication manager. We will use the separate port to log into the communication manager or system manager, whatever the OBS, for management traffic. So they are splitting the management. What are the management, like log into the Avaya site administrator or SSH or web page. So the traffic is segregation here using this Ethernet port. So that's why during installation it will ask whatever the OVS you are installing, it's need out of management or not. That means it is splitting the traffic for one for the customer purpose for signaling or whatever thing, one for the management traffic. Here they are, that's the pattern. If it is out of band management is enabled, AVP Utilities split the management and the user traffic. Okay. So SSH to secure the gain for the things out of band management. Okay, let's see. Out of band management is the physically and logically separate the network connection. Already we discussed management and the user traffic separation. Okay, one is for management. This Ethernet port is going to speak with the utility server or CM for management traffic, and this is for the user management and user traffic. Is physically and logically separate network connection. That means it having the two Ethernet ports. one for customer traffic, user traffic, one for the management. It connects to the customer private IP network management, IT management network, and provides the secure management and administration. Okay, so what means this Ethernet ports is going to connect to the management network. Okay, it's going to connect to the management network and provide the secure management and administration for Avaya products. That means we are separating the Ethernet port only for the management purpose. When out of management is enabled, okay, when I am enabled, out of management will support management access on the management out of band management interface, and specifically disable the management access to its public interface. So when I am enable the out of band management during the installations, okay, see, it will disable the management access on the public interface. That means it will disable the management access. If I am trying to log in to SSH with this network, if I am connected to the laptop and this port is not connected, this cable is not connected in the switch, if I am trying to do SSH or Avaya site administrator to log in, it won't work. Okay, that's why I telling it will disable the management access on the public interface. You can disable or enable the management during the deployment. Okay, when out of management is enabled, the following service will be available on the out of management interface: SSH, alarming, and SAL connection. SSH, like we did now, this is the SSH. If I am logging to the utility server, this is the SSH, right? So this SSH will work when you connected this Ethernet port on the switch side, when you are enable out of band management. Okay, so SSH, alarming, and for SAL connection. So these three traffic will be come to the separate Ethernet port. Okay, then what is the use of this Ethernet port when I am using the utility? SSH is coming here, so this is used for the user traffics. Okay, this for the management traffic. So SSH, alarm, and SAL connection. If you are not enable this out of band management, then this SSH SAL connection, SSH is accessible via this Ethernet port. Okay, to enable the out of band management, because we during installation in this video we not set the out of band management. So I'm just going to enable. This is the command, just active. See, what means now it is enabled. Okay, this enabled. To disable means this is the command. Copy. So now it is going to the disable state. It is highly recommended, like, don't enable out of band management only for the utility server. If you are going to use out of management in the network, whenever you are installing the OVA, for example, if you are installing the AVP, enable the out of management during installation. If you are installing utility, enable the out of management. If you are installing CM, enable the out of band management. Okay, see, they are clearly warning, enablement of out of management must be coordinated with all other components that form the solution. So simply don't enable for one or two, like AVP, this utility enabled, CM not enabled, not like that. Okay, to form the solutions, it should be enabled on all other components, which means it should not be enabled individually. Okay, during installation we talk about the three types of hardening, right? That is standard mode, commercial, military. Okay, this is just hardening the systems of utility for the in order to give limited access. So so these are the three standard mode. These are three modes: standard mode, hardened mode, and hardened mode. Okay, so during installation we selected the standard. So when I am selecting standard, what are the function I can use? These are the, it will be enabled or not enabled, optional, like this. Okay, for example, with the hardened mode, right, we are having standard mode, but when you are selecting the hardened mode, you can use the access list. See, to multiple hosts with out of bandwidth, you can run this script in the hardened mode. That means, for example, the access control list. So these are the IP address. If the management traffic coming from this IP address only allowed to access the utility server. So that means you need to use the hardened mode during installations. This is one of the examples. So there is some more things like AVP Utilities login banner. Okay, so let me log into the utility server. So I'm logging as admin VoIP VoIP at the rate 123. So I just got logged in, and they are telling we can use the banner like login banner. Okay, let me copy this command. Okay, before that you need to go to the root account. Root VoIP at the rate 123. Okay, it is saying please enter the text. Okay, welcome to Word Trainers PVT Limited. Please contact us on +918508812345. Okay, then when you press Ctrl D to continue. Control. Do you want to continue? Yes. Okay, let me log in now. Duplicate section. Admin VoIP at 123. Okay, why it's not showing? I don't know where it's showing. The system is successfully the following section appears on the normal. Okay, it's for the hardening mode. I'm not sure. See here, whenever it was deployed on the hardened mode service port only. Because I installed the standard mode, that's why when you are giving it is not showing here. Okay, these are the one more the examples of hardened mode. When I am going to use the hardened mode, I can set the banner and I can set the access list. Let me talk about the ESG. So enable or disable. So this is the command to enable the ESG. If you forgot to give the 1 or 2 for enable or disable during implementation, you can enable from here. See, it is enabled. If you want to disable, this is the command. Yes, it is disabled, but it is highly recommended ESG should be enabled. Is this enabled? Okay, to take the backup of utility server, so this is the command. No such file directory. Okay, let me check. The document change is the command to create a backup procedure. When you take a backup, it is the following configurations are included. Okay, these are the following configurations included. The utility backup and okay. So let me log into the SSL administrator. I log in the SSL administrator. Let me go to root account. su minus root. Okay, to create a backup, run the following script. Okay, so this command is not working, and it should be placed on the temporary folder. Okay, -r. Okay, let me check on this. See, then I told that we configure the system manager for the alarming part. Okay, so these are the commands for setting the alarms, serviceability agents to send the traps and all. Okay, so finally we completed this UT. The main function of UT is one is for it acts as a service port. That's the main function. It acts as a service for the VMs. Okay, even we can take the alarming for the AVP and all. Okay, thank you for watching. Today we will discuss about SDM installation 8.1 version. Log into the support.avaya.com, go to downloads, type Avaya System Manager, select the 8. Version. You can see the sdm.exe file client downloads in the system manager. So just I am coming to the system manager and I need to download this .exe file. There is a zip file. If you extract, it's a .exe file. I just downloaded that file. Its version is 8.1 because we are going to install AVP 8.1 versions. So further, the latest version is 8.1 on SDM. Right click, run as administrator. So it started. Next. So it started to install. Is it done? So it will open in the browser. So just to go to the details, go out on the web page. So you can see this one here. So after installation, you can get it in the web page like this. Okay, for example, if I'm just closing, so this is the installation what I installed. Double click this SDM, so it will open in the browser only. So go on the web page, click application management. So nothing here, right? So just to go to generate the AVP kickstart. So the latest version of AVP is 8.1. If I'm just going to support.avaya, I'm just looking for appliance virtualization platform. The latest release is 8.1. Just to download this ISO file and write it on the DVD. Okay, let me go to here. So I'm just going to install AVP. So for that, first I need to create the kickstart file. To generate the kickstart, first I need to assign some. I'm just going to keep this IP address for my AVP. Okay, and subnet mask gateway 192.168.1.1 AVP hostname, AVP domain wall trainers.com. Okay, so what I'm going to do means I'm creating the kickstart file with the help of SDM. Okay, so for installation, for AVP installation, kickstart file is the mandatory. Okay, so you need to insert the CD as well as you need to have the pen drive with you. There is one more installation without the pen drive also, but we are talking about the headless informations. So for that you need to create the kickstart file. So I install the SDM, generate the AVP. What version of AVP installation you are going to do, select that one. This is the IP address I am going to give to this ISO file. So this CD I am going to insert on the Dell server, and the IP address for this AVP is 150. Okay, so just come, I am just giving the AVP super password 123 @123. Okay, generate the kickstart file and save it. Open folder, copy, and I'm just pasting here. So if I'm right click and open with WordPad, I can able to see what is the IP address I given. So this is the IP address and the host name. Okay, so these are the server that AVP can be supported. Okay, R610 is not supported, but they given, so don't try in R610. So the support version is 620, G8 and G9 and G10 also they mentioned here, and a VMware. Okay, so this kickstart file KS AVP 8.1, so 81 means 8.1 kickstart file. So this what I need to do means I just need to take the pen drive. So inside the pen drive, right click, just to format to FAT32. It should not be NTFS, it should be FAT32, and start it. Format completed, close it. You have this file, right? Just right click, cut this one, copy on this here. So this pen drive have the kickstart file, right? So now just go to the server with the CD and this pen drive and reboot the server. It will start installation. Thank you for watching.